would like to recap what went down last week.
We got on the road. Are you recording?
Mm-hmm.
We got on the road back to the little town that is kind of serving as our hub right now. And on the way there, Aya and I think Fern both noticed that something was kind of following and or watching. Turned out to be a fucked up deer. Because that's normal. That was full of goop, which then attacked us. Yay.
Super great. It killed my dog.
We killed it. Super good.
It did end up getting at her, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. And it seems to at least be same aberration, outer rifts kind of thing. We're not entirely sure, but Fern mentioned that they have a friend who studies this sort of thing. So we were thinking about maybe after talking to Navi, heading out that way. You know, for the vine.
Yeah.
For the vine.
I was at work today.
I know.
It's good.
It's true. We're doing it for the vine.
This is true.
And that is where we sort of ended session.
Yeah. So, you guys, you certainly killed the goopy deer. There are, just for the record, 3 new or altered things on the landing page, if you're curious. And you guys, I assume you, after the deer, you had already sort of started building a fire when the deer interaction happened. Are you going to continue setting up camp and making camp here?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Unless anyone has any objections.
Is the lamp new? Can I at least confirm?
The lamp is altered.
Okay.
Maybe it was sitting up, I think, and now it is over.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I think that's where we're getting confused.
Is that right?
It definitely was not in a position to make me think it was a bong before.
Hey, what if I look at previous episode and see? Because now I'm curious.
You could do that, yes.
That is probably the eventual hack, but we're too stupid to think of that before.
Let's hold on.
Yes.
If we can't figure it out, let's do that. But let's first try and figure it out.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Victor will continue trying to build a fire.
All right, you can easily build a fire. Soot probably is the one who can do it fastest. That's sort of been his role in camp setup, at least to get the spark going, because you have that cantrip. But sorry, I'm receiving a whole lot of very verbose messages about an argument I got into in a different Discord server that I'm just trying to gently resolve.
Bro.
And a certified Banshee moment.
Is Banshee DMing you?
Yeah, it is to say that they do appreciate my apology. I'm just trying to close the conversation. And set that bitch down.
Yeah. Okay.
and just put it down and like not continue it and like not give them any more fuel to the fire. But I'm just gonna yep,
Ignore it.
it seems like we're
Just
coming
ignore
to a
it.
conclusion and it's good. I got into a fight with someone about um the new Percy Jackson book. Um
Oh
but
God.
that's not important right now.
Now I'm
The
curious. You have
important
to tell
thing,
us later, please.
I will tell you the juice later. The point is you guys can um easily set up camp, and I'm assuming there will be watches this evening.
Almost certainly.
Yes.
Um, if you guys have evening conversation you would like to do, feel free.
Hmm.
Um, if not, let me know.
I don't think Soot's got anything necessarily. Just kind of check in on Adder, check in on the rest of them. Just the rest of the group, make sure nobody else got, like, gooped.
Um, I remember when Fern made the bracelet for Adder.
Yes.
Some I keep forgetting to give it to him. I should give it to him.
Yeah.
Should give it to him. Adder is chilling by the campfire, um, uh, finally wearing a shirt again.
Bless.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Congratulations.
You have to put your tits away.
You have solved my shirt puzzle.
Adder,
You
put those
solved
tits
my shirt
away.
puzzle. Hide the tits. No more visible tits. The point is, he's sitting by the campfire, chilling, with his cane in hand, very, very firmly pressed into the dirt next to him, um, and just sitting there by the warmth.
Fern will sit next, um, and say, "Hello. How are you doing?"
Well, if I'm fucking honest, not the very best I've ever been. Not the worst.
Good to be not the worst.
Not the.
Um,
How are you?
I'm all right. You know, I I made you something.
You made me something.
Yes. So I am a bit of a weaver. And there is a type of weaving where on like a small scale, um, you make knots and you can knot things in different ways and make different designs, and tie them into bracelets. These like basically miniature weavings, and so I like to make people bracelets, and I made you one, and Fern will hand over the bracelet. Uh, however that exchange works,
Yeah,
they
and
can.
I almost said Aster. That's not even a little bit his name. What is his fucking name? Adder.
Adder.
Um,
My boy, you forgot him!
in my defense, there's a lot of motherfuckers with A names in the
That is
world
true.
right now, and I did not help. I contributed a bulk of names to this crisis. I named many characters with A names.
You did indeed.
I did. All three of Irene's grandchildren have A names, and I don't know. I did it deliberately. I remember specifically choosing to do it, and I had a reason, and I don't remember my reason. All this to say, there's like 8 to 10 NPCs that I can think of off the top of my head that have A names, but the point is, Adder accepts the bracelet and sort of feels it because you designed it to be textured so he could
Yes.
feel the workings of the bracelet. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is lovely, Fern. This is really, really
Thank,
nice.
thank you.
What color is it?
I used one of my um color changing one where it's all a bunch of different colors. Um, and it's the kind where it's like just they're just all scattered all over. So it's basically every color in a chaotic sort of rainbow.
That's very exciting. Um, this is
Somewhere
nice.
off
Where'd
to
you
the
put it
side
all?
chuckles.
It's no
Are you
problem.
laughing at me and my incredible rainbow bracelet?
No, I just think it's touching is all.
I think you're touching is all. Never mind.
That's cute.
Sit snorts a little bit and pokes the fire.
Could you help me put the bracelet on?
Of course. Which wrist?
Left.
Okay, Fern will tie it.
Yeehaw. Adder is pleased. Runs his hand over the texture and sort of smiles to himself. Properly bedecked with some accessories now.
Ah, nice. You know, are you an accessories person?
I like an accessory or two, you know, just a little.
Just to spice things up.
Oh yeah, you know, earrings are nice.
So it kind of blushes a little bit.
And you know, necklaces are a little weird. They're too dangly. But
I get that.
I think you have to accessorize. I mean, a man's got to look good, doesn't he?
Yes.
Not that I'd know, of course, but
I mean, I think you can sense it, can you?
oh yes, I can sense. That's a secret talent of mine. I sense appearances.
No, I mean like, can you tell the way people like carry themselves? Because I don't know how much like extra spatial awareness you have. Because I always find the way that people carry themselves is very much an indication of how they look.
I mean, I can sense sort of uh I can see and not see. I can feel placements of weight, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So I can feel how people shift.
And that can tell you a lot about the way that they're carrying themselves.
It does. It does. I just, you know, on the one hand, it gives you a lot of information. On the other hand, Sut was making fun of me earlier, for not remembering that Victor's blue, and I think
All right,
that's
you know, it just seemed to
fucking
be kind of
reasonable
like
to
a
not
notable
remember that
thing.
she's blue. Look, Victor, I apologize for the record. But the point is, you know, I certainly can tell how you're sitting or standing. But how am I meant to remember and recall something that I've received no input from 99% of my life, such as whether or not you're blue? I just think it's not reasonable to expect a man to recall.
See, I wasn't expecting you to recall it.
I'm on
I
his
feel like you
side.
were. I feel like I was being expected to recall.
I'm on his side.
Fern, you
You.
weren't
Thank
even
you,
there
Fern.
for the conversation.
I'm still on his side.
Thank you, Fern. True friend you are.
Thank you.
You're ridiculous.
I am correct, as told by my good friend Fern.
Fern just smiles, like
So just
serenely.
rolls his eyes and pokes at the fire again to stoke it. It's a fond roll of the eyes, though. He knows that arguing with this point is gonna get him nowhere.
And the night, will pass. You guys can set watch and sleep as desired. if there's nothing in particular that you would like to get done over the night, I'd just ask the three of you to roll some perception checks to see what you notice during watch, and then we will progress to the next day.
Alright, my perception shit, but
Alright.
we're gonna see what happens.
If my dice betray
I
me,
think
I
I've still
swear to
only
God.
got.
Where's that good one?
I've got no modifier, so let's
There's
see
the
how
one that
well I can
binds
roll.
to me.
Natural
It's in the
20
other dice
for a
bag.
25.
Yo,
Oh my
I got a
God.
10!
I use the furniture dice and I roll 4s. What the fuck?
Okay, I need to go help bless your dice when you come. Bring the fern dice. I'll try and
at
help.
least bless my fern dice.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the one that's nice to me. Let's see if it's nice to me right now. That's okay. I will take that compared to how mean it could be.
So Parker, I'd initially misheard you, and I heard nat 20 for 25, and I was like, there's no way that Victor's perception modifier is only a 5, and then I looked, and indeed, it's 35.
I misspoke, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
I legitimately said 25, and then I was like, no, that's not correct.
Not the right version of that number. Okay, so while you watch, the night is pretty quiet, but not so quiet as to instill a sense of wrongness. There are sounds of nighttime birds, but nothing that makes you think about swooping owls that are not owls. And overall, your watch is sort of passing in peace and quiet. Fern, you notice you feel a little claustrophobic tonight, and it doesn't feel right that you should feel claustrophobic because you're sort of under the open air. You're not in a forest or anything with trees sort of pressing down around you. There's a couple scattered trees, but mostly it's open. And you don't feel like the night sky should feel quite so constricting as it is, but it just feels a little uncomfortable. Not so uncomfortable as to be concerning, but just you know?
Yeah,
Don't like
I don't
that.
like that.
Victor. Theo is antsy. He's standing fine. But he doesn't want to settle, really. I've arbitrarily decided that you're the last watch, so you're not used to him sort of being on edge this way. Normally he's fairly laid back in terms of, how laid back a horse can get. But
Laid back horse can get, despite being a beast of anxiety and fear.
yeah, exactly. So Theo, on a scale of you know of horses, is pretty low key. Not tonight though. Tonight he's more horsey. And you also get that sense, like the night is calm. There are the sounds of crickets. There are the sounds of small woodland creatures, all of which seems natural to you. It does feel ever so slightly like as if just in this little corner of the world, the darkness of the night sky is pressing down a little lower than it usually is. And you wonder maybe if Theo feels that way too. You end up sort of pacing the camp, and you do notice that it feels the farther away you get from what remains of what was once a deer, the less you feel that sensation. And the closer you are, the more you feel like there's something pressing down. But your horse is a little stressed.
Victor is gonna probably spend the majority of watch just trying to keep him calm to make sure he doesn't like spook out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If you want to make an animal handling check for me.
sure.
Just generally speaking, you would have your +4 bonus from
Yes,
your
yes, yes.
magic item that you acquired from the Naga's Arcana.
That is going to be an 11.
Hello? Yeah, okay. It's not a super big concern. He doesn't really settle the whole rest of the night, but he's not on the verge of spooking. He's just slightly stressed out, more so than he's used to. But all passes in relative peace and quiet, and the morning comes, and you guys are able to get back on the road as you desire.
On the road again.
Yep. Is there anything in specific you would like to do for this next day or 6 of travel?
Spend time with my dog. Because
You can
Sid feels a little
absolutely
bad
spend
for
time with
having him
your
get
dog.
poofed by the drippy deer.
He demands some fucking treatsies about it.
Yeah.
Give him food or give him death.
No. He can't
He's going
die.
to he's going to raid your pockets. If there's nothing in your pockets, he's going for your bag. If there's nothing in your bag, by God, he's stealing Adder's food next, so you best produce something.
No, no.
Do my best.
Yeah. So you do have to entertain your dog more than usual, perhaps as penance.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Victor is very much keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm. If you want to make me another spicy boy perception check just to sort of span the next several days.
That is going to be a 28.
28. Um, yeah, so there's sort of the usual. It's a fairly well-trafficked road. I think I mentioned that when you guys were on your way to Santerra. There is a fair bit of traffic. Santerra is, of course, the capital of the province, and Cameron is not a small town. So it's a busy road as things go. You are seeing a fair few people in front of you, behind you, passing you. Um, but nobody that particularly draws your eye. It does get to the point where it's like there's sort of a caravan in front of you that you end up sort of being stuck behind for a little while until the people in the caravan are like, we should pull off the road for lunch conveniently and just let these people pass us because it's awkward and weird how long we have been like right next to each other on the road. Um,
Man.
and yeah, that is sort of the general. And in the evenings as well, you no longer feel that sense of the sky pressing down. You feel normal, or as normal as you can. And there's not any signs of anything incorrect or anything that shouldn't be here in the evenings. Anything else on anybody's minds?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh. It's day 6, evening 6, I should say. And you guys are making camp, much as usual. And you're gathering in for dinner around the fire, probably wrapping up, tidying things up, putting things away, getting ready to retire to individual tents or to your watch, whichever comes first for you on this particular evening. Everybody make one more perception check for me.
Yippee. Okay. Hey, that was actually a good roll.
I rolled the same thing.
Goddamn.
I also need to give myself my spells back.
Okay. It's a quiet night again. It's very quiet. Until it isn't. Until this massive, loud bang rings out through the evening air. And this time, both the horses, Eloise and Theo, do spook and start to try to bolt.
Can I try?
Victor is diving for Theo.
Am I able to? What is that? Mind link? What is that? Is that touch? Can I touch Eloise?
You can't. I'll make you roll an animal handling to get your hands on her, and same with Victor.
Okay. Because if I can touch her, I would like to cast Mind Link and just try and calm her down that way.
Okay. Mind links with the horse used for the concept of English language.
Animal handling. What is my animal handling? I probably don't have a bonus to that. Oh, no, I do. So that would be... Oh, that's pretty good.
Hold on, plugging my computer. (22 and 18). Yeah, okay. So send me the text of Mind Link again.
Yes. Where is it?
And Victor, I will say you managed to get hold of Theo in such a way that he is not actively running away from you, but the horse is panicked.
Hey boy. You're fine. And I'm trying to find where the fuck that came from as well.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Now that he's not running.
One more perception check.
There we go.
Okay.
Am I up? Can I look as well?
Yes.
Excuse me.
30. Okay. 30, 20. All right.
I will say Sid is more focused on the horse at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll address the mind link in a second. You are looking around. The bang was so loud. It feels like it must have been close. You're not sure what could have made that sound. Maybe a spell, something of that nature. But you're looking around. You can't see any visual evidence of a source of the bang. You don't know what direction it came from because it sounded off and the horses spooked and everything was happening at once. And you effectively can't see shit. You're looking all around the camp. You're looking for any sign of a person, any sign of an animal, any sign of a spell remnant, and you don't see anything. With your mind link, are you just communicating calm vibes to the horse?
Basically, calm vibes and, like, this is a noise we can take care of. Basically, like, putting confidence in us as people to, like, take care of this and that it's not a threat.
Okay. Can you make a charisma check for me?
Charisma. Come on. You're a charismatic bastard. Oh, I rolled a natural 18 plus, fuck, is that a 4 or 5? 4. So, 22.
Either way, I will call that enough. 22. And
Yep.
you can soothe Eloise enough that you can calm her and lead her a little ways back to the camp. And yeah. I apologize to the perception check people. You do not see the source of the sound.
Damn.
I'm gonna do a detect magic if that's alright, or if I'm able to.
Can I try and think of what might have made the sound?
Yeah, you can
Turning
make.
back to the horse, I'm saying I can't do anything else.
Sorry, say again?
I said I'm keeping Theo calm, don't worry about me.
Okay. You can make 2. Okay. Weirdly, you could make a. I don't know what kind of knowledge check I'm gonna call. You can make a knowledge history or a knowledge engineering check for this one.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've got history checked, so I guess I'll do history. Even though I don't have anything in it. Just because that'll make more sense. That is a 10.
Well, you know,
Lots of things.
lots of things can make sounds like that. One thing that comes to mind is some kind of explosive, maybe? But it doesn't look like there was any kind of damage nearby that would indicate you should have seen something from an explosive, you think. But it sounded explosive-esque. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great.
And the horses, it takes you the better part of 10 to 20 minutes to truly get them calm and like settled down in any capacity. And in those 10 to 20 minutes, nothing else sort of out of the ordinary happens. You don't hear any more of those sounds. There had been sort of a hush of the local ambiance of the wildlife immediately afterwards, but the sounds of nature swiftly return, and it's just odd, is what it is.
Don't like it.
So it's just gonna.
Oh, you did a detect magic. I forgot about that. I will say you do not see any magical auras in sort of a general sweep of your camp or the surrounding area that you did not expect to already be there.
Alright. Ooh, what about if I did a listen then?
You could absolutely do a listen.
Let me see what they have to say. If I can. No, that's definitely not gonna do it. Hold on. I rolled low. What is that?
I'm gonna be right back. I'm getting water.
10. Nah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do hear some sort of excited whisperings and murmurings. It's very hard to pick anything out. You do hear a voice again say to you, "Watch your step." But that's about all you get.
Motherfucker, just tell me what the hell's going on. He's just gonna snarl. If you're not being helpful, just shut up.
You're not sure how it does this vocally. You don't know how a voice makes this sound, but you do just receive this heart emoji and all.
I'm gonna scream.
So yeah,
So it's
that
just grumbling.
punctuates your evening.
Ah, wonderful.
Victor is very much on alert now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think even Soot is. He's got his hand on his crossbow.
I thought you were about to say a hand on his crotch.
No! Why would he do that?
I don't know, but that's what my brain auto-filled the rest of your sentence to be.
He's got a crossbow. He wouldn't grab his crotch in good company.
He would not grab his crotch in good company. You know how it is with good company.
You know how it is.
You do know how it is.
Gross. Anyway.
Sorry, I was just saying words out loud without any thought to any actual meaning behind them because of the way that I do that sometimes. So if that implied anything, I do apologize. Yeah. What are you guys up to for the rest of the evening?
Fear.
Yeah, I think everyone's just kind of on edge now.
Yeah.
Just kind of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoopsies.
You know?
Do you guys set your normal watches?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, most likely.
Good times. If in the interest of not demanding a fifth perception check from you in as many minutes, I will tell you right now, every watch goes by quietly.
Nice.
And then it's the morning. And you're maybe half a day out from Camlin.
Yay.
Now that it's daylight, though, I will get one last perception check.
Oh, what is my bonus for the earring thing? I gotta check real quick.
Another
It's
natural
like a
20.
+2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, well, fuck it. Nobody else needs to roll, because Victor walks out, sort of doing a little pace, sort of not right by the camp, just sort of in the general area of the camp, and maybe about 50 feet from where your horses had been, what's the word?
Tied up.
Yes. You're sort of walking through the low grass, and there's this just tiny glint of something that catches your eye. And you look down. Well, Soot also finds this for the nat 20 bonus. But you guys are sort of walking together. You look down, and Victor catches your eye first, and you see this glint. And you reach down and pick it up. And there's this tiny little sort of scrap of metal, kind of half melted and deformed. You can hold it between two fingers. It's very small, all things considered. But you've never seen something like this before. But if you would like to make a history or an engineering check.
I would love to. It's going to be history.
Okay.
That's a natural one.
Oh,
No!
the nat 20s run out.
What's the total?
12.
12.
It's not awful.
No, it's not awful. I'm trying to think, in the context of Victor, if a 12 is enough.
Well, it depends on if somebody has a gun or not. And by somebody, I mean somebody.
No, I know what you mean. It also, the thing is, either way, she doesn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
For good reason. I will just tell you on a pure intelligence basis. This is a piece of metal that got very hot and moved very fast and hit something very fast, but it was sort of buried in the dirt. So you think what it hit must have been the ground. The way it was buried, it wasn't sort of resting atop the grass like it would have been if it had fallen. It was more just sort of, you know how things get buried in the dirt. And yeah. So it was going fast and it got very hot. And it probably wasn't going very fast towards your camp or the horses or anything. It looks like it was going very fast into the ground.
Who the fuck shot at the ground?
Smiley face. Anyway, you guys can head out. As
Who
desired.
is going to mention this to people?
You should. Go ahead.
Particularly because Soot is also sort of the one who kind of is standing there with her at this particular moment.
Mm-hmm. So it'll kind of like lean over and inspect it as well. I don't know if he knows what this thing is or not.
I don't think Soot has enough context to,
Because we all heard the bang, but I don't know if, where he lives, that sort of whatever this is,
we can call a bullet. I don't think Soot knows what bullets are.
I don't know if he knows what bullets are, and I don't know if he would have encountered anybody who used guns, so...
No.
Not in that type of the forest. People wouldn't have been using guns.
No, not just yet.
Not just yet, yeah.
Well, the future is still ahead of us.
They're gonna need guns eventually.
I think the energy is she's holding it in her fingers. And she looks at you, Soot. I think someone shot this at us. Or the ground, I guess.
Alright. I wonder what could do some sort of thing like that.
I mean, I know some people use slings, throw small rocks at high speeds. They can be real dangerous.
He kind of
Metal
makes a face.
Yeah, metal don't move like that. Make a deep enough hole like that.
I mean, I'd be kind of scared what it could do if it could move that fast.
Just arm strength.
I mean, there was some kind of explosion.
Might be a piece of shrapnel, yeah. Anyone see any more?
I suppose I could take a look.
Is shrapnel shaped like that always?
I mean, it depends on what kind of metal, how the explosion hit it, how fast it was going. Shrapnel can be any shape.
That's true.
I assume Victor knows. I assume Victor knows at least a little bit about explosions.
She does. I want to say exactly why she knows a little bit about explosions. You know why she knows a little bit about explosions, right? The knowledge base that she has.
No, I know.
Okay.
That's why I was kind of she knows.
Yeah, because they do explosions in places sometimes for purposes.
Yep.
You know how it is. But yeah, she does know a little bit about explosions. Not usually ones that cause shrapnel, but hey.
She was definitely warned about the dangers.
Yes, it's a fair shot to look around at to see if there's more shrapnel. You find none. I will tell you that. But yeah.
Well, somebody either shot or exploded something at us. I don't like how close it is to the horses.
Well, at least it was on the ground. So, maybe warning shot?
Warning shot or something went off a little too early. Couldn't get it, fully under, like, the horse's feet or something. I don't know.
I'm really hoping it
serve a
was...
better purpose if there's some sort of message along with the warning, rather than just sort of general warning.
Honestly, not sure. You'd think. But I guess putting us on edge.
Maybe it wasn't a warning shot.
Maybe they were incompetent and it went off too early or something. That would be great if that was the case.
Stupid as hell, but funny.
Oh, yeah, no. Agreed.
It's funny.
More in the sort of, like, existential way of someone tried to throw a bomb at us and fucked it up and missed in the middle of the night when we didn't know it was coming.
Sit nods.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. You know what? That's fair. I'll accept that one. Do we know anybody who wants to throw a bomb at us?
Not off the top of my head.
We're investigating something pretty big. And doing it not entirely so quietly the whole time.
And it's not like we kind of, like, hid the fact that we were leaving, either.
We best get to Camlet.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'd feel better around more people, surprisingly.
No, that's a fair strategy. Especially if they're the type to throw bombs.
They can't explode us all.
I was more going for, I don't know if they want that much attention.
They can't explode us all.
I have to believe
They can't explode us all.
Victor
And they
looks
also
PNG.
and they probably also don't want to avoid that kind of. They probably want to avoid that kind of attention. Both things can be true.
I mean, they can certainly try.
And they'll fail.
I don't wanna play this game actually. Let's go.
Let's not even entertain. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It'll be a curious thing for later, when it comes to bite us in the ass.
Titan. You guys are able to finish packing up, get back on the road, and make the easy half-day's journey back to Camlin.
Yeah.
Where is your first stop?
Figure out where Navi is, like just talking to people maybe? We should probably find places to stay for the night at least.
The usual inn, probably.
Yeah.
Mellow you?
The mellow you.
Yep.
The mellow yellow.
Yeah, easily done.
The mellow mushroom.
The what?
Mellow mushroom?
No, mellow you is...
It's a East Coast pizza chain.
Oh, God.
Oh.
East Coast hipster chain. They'll put apple on your pizza if you ask them.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Why would you
Alright.
do this?
I don't like it.
Just apple, or do they like make you put other stuff on there too?
I'll get their menu so you can look at the horror that is their menu at some point.
No.
Cursed.
Cursed.
Alright. I don't remember how much the mellow you charged for an in-room last time, for multiple in-rooms last time, so if everyone wants to knock off a couple silver, I will call us square and even.
Sure.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
because frankly, prices mean nothing to me.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you 4 silver.
Thank you.
They're like
I'll also give you 4.
Goddamn.
they're like standard pizzas. The one that they like make regularly aren't too awful. Um, Here's a selection of their build your own ingredients list.
Now I gotta
Artichoke
look here.
hearts.
That's not bad.
There were definitely apple slices on this list last time I looked at it. They calmed it down since the last time I looked at this bullshit.
That's a relief.
Good.
Anyway, keep going.
All right, you guys can get set up in the milieu as you're sort of glancing around the fucking area that is where people are. Whatever the word is. You do not immediately catch sight of Navi, but you are able to deposit your stuff. No, I don't.
How about spinach?
I like spinach.
Spinach is allowed because I will eat raw spinach. You know that I eat raw spinach.
Yeah.
Love me some spinach.
You can get blue
Spinach.
cheese pizza if you want.
God.
Oh,
Look, see, I'm unhinged, and I think that would be good.
same.
I just don't like blue cheese. I wish I kind of did, to be honest. I like cheese, just not
I'm
blue cheese.
slightly allergic to blue cheese, and I still eat it because I love it so much.
Bruh.
It's because it's
It-
good.
It makes my throat itch, and it's worth it.
Oh, ground beef? You want just some loose ground beef?
Beef? You
It's
want beef?
You
You want fucking beef?
You want fucking beef?
You can get
Ingredients.
onions or onions, caramelized.
Caramelized onions?
Onions
That's
come
not bad.
caramelized.
Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. Cursed pizza.
Gotta
Pizza.
hear about it. Pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah, I think they
Beetroot.
must have calmed this down from COVID because I remember there being some bat shittery on this menu.
Pizza. I'm actually going to call a quick 5-minute break because I want a snack now that we've talked about pizza so much. And yeah, and this is a good spot to break before you guys go hunting for Navi.
Yes.
Navi hunting. Yes.
I remember there being an apple slices option. I distinctly remember this.
Abby size.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Evil, even.
This is
Oh,
true.
there was also definitely an option for pesto.
Oh god, why would
Oh.
you do that? Well, no, I
And
can
that's
see that
not
being
on
good with
here
some.
anymore either, so they definitely changed shit. Because I've only been to Mellow Mushroom once, and I distinctly remember some. No, it is here. There it is. Red sauce with authentic sheep's milk feta cheese, mozzarella, spinach, sun-dried roasted tomatoes, and finished with a pesto swirl.
I might try that, but the tomato makes me nervous.
There are vegan and gluten-free options for that pizza as well.
Oh.
Oh, bacon? You want bacon on your pizza?
I mean, that's normal.
In what world is bacon on pizza normal?
You've never had like a bacon cheeseburger pizza thing? Like,
No.
bruh, even yeah, that's a
So if we tried to
three
make
meat. We've had like sausage, pepperoni, bacon. Like that's a thing that we've
the bakery that my sister worked at in high school has a pizza with pickles on it, and Sophie tried to make me eat it once, and I refused.
I mean,
Y'all want tempeh on your fucking pizza? Fermented and pressed soybean chips?
If they're
Not
crunchy, maybe I'd try it. I don't know. I like weird food.
Oh yeah, we know you're weird.
Now I really want food. I want
Mood.
my kimchi ramen.
You can also just get pieces of garlic on it.
Yes,
As a
garlic
topping.
cloves.
All right. I see no issue with this.
I think mellow mushroom derogatory. I also don't think their pizza's very good.
I mean, that's fair. Sometimes pizza's just not good, even if it sounds interesting. They can put a bunch of fancy words on a piece of paper, and it doesn't make it a good pizza.
True.
They're also one of those places that are trying to be like, we make healthy pizza, and it's like, sir,
There's
No,
no
you
such
don't.
thing.
either you don't or you make the worst pizza anyone's ever seen. Those are
Yeah.
your two options.
This is true. In no world is pizza healthy. The only way it's healthy is if you make it terrible.
Yeah.
This is also a pizza place that you can order bruschetta at, so
Ooh.
What the fuck? Why?
because upscale gentrification of pizza.
Yippee.
What's
Oh.
up, man? I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm still
Hello.
bitching about mellow mushroom. Anyway, don't sue me, mellow mushroom, for my words on my friend's D&D recording.
If they try to
You
sue
don't know who I am. You cannot prosecute me.
Here's the thing: they can't do anything about it because this is technically protected over free speech law. Because you're not necessarily slandering; you're just giving your opinion. So, fuck off.
Allegedly, I think the pizza is back.
Yes.
It is our constitutional right to bitch about shitty pizza, alright?
Yep.
It is our
This is
constitutional
true.
right to think the pizza is bad.
You can't do anything to stop us. Go ahead, demonetize the video. I didn't want money anyways.
Monetizes your pizza video.
Pizza.
And fuck your pizza. 7 mid rolls.
God. Yeah,
pizza-
that's the energy tonight, men.
This episode is brought to you by Tostino's Pizza Rolls.
Have you ever thought, what if you had a good pizza?
No? Great.
Mellow Mushroom certainly hasn't.
So shit.
But here with our sponsor, Totino's Pizza Rolls, you can finally have a good pizza.
It may not be the best, but it sure is pizza.
Ren, I love you very, very much. And I understand your health issues. I think if you put white sauce on a pizza, you're committing a crime.
I mean, hey, in my ideal world, I wouldn't put any sauce on my pizza, and it would just be the toppings with, like, no sauce.
I think that's better than putting white sauce on it. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
Hey, I like
No,
it
I don't agree
the
with
white
that.
sauce.
I think that's worse.
But if you
I
put-
like it with the cream sauce. If
Then
you do
it's-
like a
then it's
cheese
cheesy
and
flatbread.
spinach and stuff like that, it tastes good.
Yeah, that's essentially just cheesy flatbread. Actually, you're right.
There's sauce on there.
Yeah.
But if you... What if you were... Oh, no, Ren is talking about with the white sauce, right?
Well, with or without is good. So I'm not picky. I like it with the white sauce just because it's like it makes the bread not. Because sometimes if you just do toppings, it's just the driest fucking slice of pizza you've ever had.
Oh yeah, you
so-
get cheese, right?
Yeah. It's just sometimes that their cheese is just not enough, or yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese.
You'd have to like double the amount of
Um,
cheese, and it's like,
I think Domino's lets you do barbecue sauce.
ugh.
That's also a crime.
I
wanna
hate
find Navi.
barbecue, so that's like
Navi,
hell for me.
Navi, Navi.
Anyways,
We
Navi.
do have a Navi that we could be finding. She does not appear to be in the lobby of the Meliu Inn.
Yay!
Sorry, I said that so loud because I was excited that I remembered the word that I failed to remember earlier.
You
Anyway,
did it.
she's not there.
Uh,
Alright. Well,
Can I ask the bartender when the last time Navi was in was?
Yeah, absolutely. And the bartender will say, "Oh God, I need to remember my order." Hold on 1 minute. I'm a himbo.
Take your time.
Sweet watermelon. Yeah. They say that Navi was last in, not last night, but the night before.
Okay, so she's at Sweetwater.
yeah.
We will go to Sweetwater tonight. Victor announces.
Hell yeah, more bar time.
My favorite part of Camlin.
Don't know if I asked, did you go there very often? I know you went for
Pretty
like...
frequently. You know, for enjoyment of the music. For
Right.
enjoyment of other people's disenjoyment of the music.
Right. I figured.
And for the absolutely shitty beer.
Oh, it's fucking awful, actually.
Mostly for the sights, though, I'd have to say.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Me? Ridiculous? Never heard of it. Is there anything you guys wish to do with your day while waiting for an appropriate time to head over to Sweetwater, which admittedly is not very far on because you spent the half day traveling and people start fucking it up at Sweetwater earlier than they start fucking it up at most places.
Can we, like... I just want to get a grasp of what's been going on in the town, so just, like... I don't know, listen in on some conversations, talk to some people a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, you can make a
that sort of
knowledge
thing.
local or a diplomacy check.
Which one am I better at?
To get the goss. But this is open to anybody, by the way. Fern can also make a your friend check if they so desire.
I'll do a
I would.
diplomacy check.
Alright. Slap those bad
Mm.
bitches in the
Alright.
chat.
That's a 4 on the dice.
Sexy.
Oh, for a 16.
Sorry, remind me what the skill was?
Your options are diplomacy or knowledge local.
Going to be knowledge local here.
I think it's really funny that because it's technically profession, my your friend checks are actually tied to wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. 16, 17, 30, 20. Okay. So, Fern, as you are listening and chatting and making new friends, I will say, the first thing you hear is that nothing too eventful has been happening for sort of the general population as far as you know. You do catch a word or two that it sounds like Lady Lacrimosa is still in town.
Right.
Lovely.
You also, Fern specifically, you also catch, because people are just more willing to tell you these things, certain people, the kind of people who you know to sort of at least have a familiarity with Navi,
They really don't like Lady Lacrimosa very
Hmm.
much. And they won't really elaborate on why in particular. Um, After all, it's not like she's coming in and doing something. It's more that she's just her presence in the places where these people are frequenting is not making them happy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But they don't elaborate on if she has done something to earn this ire. It's more just mm, wish she would leave.
L.
But
Hmm.
then Victor, you sort of overhearing gossip, hear that what was the first thing I was going to say? I'm so sorry. Things are getting shuffled in my brain. You also hear, of course, that Lady Lacrimosa is still in town. Um, you do hear some tell of some of the people who had been under the influence of Kyrus and the Mask, um, are now staying in Camlin, sort of trying to figure out their lives after some of them having very long stretches of not being in their lives. So that's something that you do hear about, um, and could get more information about if you truly desired. Um, and then Soot, you are sort of wandering around a sector where there are some magic type shops and a little library and things like that, sort of geared towards if you're interested in things like this, like the supernatural or the arcane or things like that, things are here. You are chatting with some people there, and you hear someone talking about how someone brought a clutch of rabbits from the north to look at, and all of them were bleeding black.
Oh, God. Guys?
But apart from that, you much hear the same stuff. Interestingly, with the 20, you hear that Navi. Someone mentions because you mentioned Navi's name, and someone mentions that she's probably going to not be at Sweetwater tonight.
Oh.
And if pressed for a little bit of why, um, the person just sort of shrugs and says, "Well, 'cause the lady's gonna be at the Lark tonight."
Ooh.
And that's just about what you get.
Hmm. Interesting.
With your day of canvassing the city for a little bit of an update on what's going on in good old Camlin.
Nothing good, apparently. Sit will share the information about the rabbits for sure, because that's concerning. Um, Looks like there's more from the north that's fucked up.
Classic the North.
Man.
Sounds like Lady Lacrimosa is probably going to be at the Lark today, and that's probably why Navi won't be there at the Sweetwater this time.
No, he's not going to be at Sweetwater.
It sounds like it. And I think it's probably the lady's... Her. It's her fault, probably. If I had to be judged.
To deal with Lady Lacrimosa, then.
Or we just have to look for Navi elsewhere.
I will say, Sid did catch the implication that because Lady Lacrimosa is reported to be at the Lark tonight, Navi is probably going to be there, so as to sort of supervise.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, Victor is still a little ticked, but considerably better.
Yeah, no one seems to enjoy Lady Lacrimosa's presence.
Sit nods because that is correct.
God bless.
I also just went. What did I get again?
Oh, you got oh god, what did you get again? I said
We
words.
got the thing about the rabbits.
No, Sook got the thing about the rabbits.
Yeah.
And that. What did you get? I gave you something, and it was important. Hold on.
That was... Fuck. Now I forgot because I was busy doing...
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Parker.
Apparently, none of us recall, so.
Jesus
Well-
Christ.
Okay,
we just
hold
got
on.
it yoinked from our brains, I guess.
Fern got that people are unhappy with Lady Lacrimosa, although the specifics of why were not super articulated. Oh, yeah, Victor got stuff about updates about the people affected by
Right.
the mask.
Yes.
That is less important. She will kind of mention it offhand, just in case someone, recognizes us or some shit. But otherwise, she doesn't give a fuck.
That is fair. So what's your plan for the evening?
Does Sit mention the rabbits?
Yes, he would have mentioned the rat. I think that was something I think he first spoke of, saying that he was concerned that...
sorry.
No, that's okay. It was a short moment where he just basically was like, it's a little bit concerning that they're coming from the north. Was it that this person had brought, or did they buy them from the north? Like, did they just, like,
A person
have them
found
and they
them.
were fine, and then they ended up bringing them...
Yeah, so a person was hunting north of the city, got these rabbits, found that they were bleeding black, and brought them back as sort of a curiosity thing.
Ugh, okay. Really hope they were destroyed. It's probably not a good thing to have them around other creatures, considering what that ooze stuff did to other things that touched it.
Could have made a stew.
Yes. Yes. That's.
Probably not a wise decision to eat that.
Is my chest still stained, by the way?
Let me see.
It's.
Fully
It's
opens the shirt a
called-
little bit.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. It has faded somewhat, but less in the sense that the color has changed and more in the sense that the dark patch has, shrunk.
Well, it shrunk a little bit, which is good. It's still dark, though.
The goop, it's from a specific thing that's referred to as the Dark Tapestry.
Soot whips around to look at you.
Commonly defined as the space between the stars.
Excuse me.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'll
I
give you that
just
one.
it's you mentioned it, the rabbit's leaking goo, and it's sort of that's what it's called. It unlocked the memory. I have friends who work with the dark tapestry.
There's a space between the what?
The
Space
stars.
between the stars.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you could figure it out, which is nice. What does that mean exactly? Saying that here, if you know.
Do you remember what
Well,
I said about the planes to Aya?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I assume it's something about, like, them bleeding in or whatever, but does it mean literally anything else, or... I assume it's not a good thing, considering what it does to things.
I think Victor will mostly turn it over to Fern with like at least confirming that base knowledge is there.
yes. It is also space between planes, I believe. PK, can I roll to know exactly how much I know?
Yeah, you can do a planes or a history.
Might I as well?
Yeah, you can do a planes. I'll say just planes for you, Victor. But
That's a 12. God damn it.
It's not bad, though.
you have a bonus on this as well because of your connection. And then was that planes or history?
That was planes.
Planes? Okay. Okay, so 12, 27, it's gonna be 16 and 27. Okay. So, Fern, you know specifically because of your interactions. You are familiar with sort of, yes, it is the space between the stars. The space between planes itself is sort of a little defined differently by different scholars. What it can be concluded, though, is that it is a vast something. And that something might be a vast nothing, but most people are quite convinced that it's a vast something, and trying to comprehend the vastness of that something is a field of study that has driven many mad. But it is also the sort of thing, the dark tapestry, the space that it is, because it is both a space and a thing. The space that it is described as by some as being built to contain something or imprison something, maybe many things. Um, there are things trapped there in that space. And those are equally as affected, if not more so, by the nature of the space than those who simply try to study it. Victor, you have heard of the Dark Tapestry in the sense of both an extra-dimensional, intradimensional, unsure, prison for things beyond a bitch's comprehension. Sort of in a very academic sense, you have heard that. You have also heard the Dark Tapestry, and these things that I'm saying are knowledge that Fern also has, with regards to his friend. You've also heard the Dark Tapestry in connection with a group of people, or maybe multiple groups of people, referred to as the Dark Tapestry, who are maybe academics who study the thing, that are called the same thing as the thing. Unclear. And yeah, it's basically like, that's one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna read a textbook that summarizes the planes, there's like the chapters on everything, and then there's like the 2-page chapter that's like, this is what we know about the Dark Tapestry, and it's not much. If it exists, which it might not. It might be nothing. Many people think it's something, though. Does that absolute nonsensical description make any sense?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
getting it. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You can choose to relay that in character if you want, or if you would like to skip over the difficulty of that, you can say you explain that to Soot.
Yeah, Fern explains that to Soot.
Victor will supplement with some of the more direct academic that she knows.
Yeah, Victor, you specifically have heard it described as a prison. Fern, nobody you've ever talked to has used that phrase for it. They've described it as a containment of sorts.
They would, wouldn't they?
They would. But not a prison.
Victor is like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not a prison, it's a prison.
Well, I mean, containment, prison, semantics.
That's a pretty big semantic difference.
It holds things.
Things that would rather be best for the universe if they stayed where they are held.
Yeah, there's kind of, like, containment, like, I don't know, there's kind of a difference between prison and containment, I'd say a little bit. One seems a little more dangerous than the other.
That's true.
And whichever you consider more dangerous, I think should be the one that you choose.
But containment's much more interesting.
I would hate for someone to hear the word containment and get some unfortunate ideas.
What kind of ideas?
Playing too much in that space now, come on.
Either way, it doesn't sound good.
Victor's already got enough shit. She doesn't want to worry about that, okay? I think she decided a long time ago that she was like,
Terrible news. Anyway.
I do have a question, though. You don't happen to know how to put that ship back where it came from, do you?
If I could get into contact with my friends, they might be able to assist. I mean, I assume there is a reason they refer to it as containment.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking insane and already half down that path.
No, maybe it's because they can put things back in there.
I don't trust anyone like that. Alright.
I will still try and get into contact with them, and you don't have to trust them if you don't want to.
Good, so
Alright.
I think that's for the best. Who knows, they might already be on it.
I don't know. Figure it's best to let them know just in case.
All right.
Fern will... First, even if I didn't know precisely where they were at this moment in time, I would know a home base to send contact to.
You would know somewhere that you can contact, yes, a place where they at least check it. At least one of them does.
Yeah.
So you have a place where you think you could send a letter or other form of correspondence and probably get it addressed or seen. Not in like short order, like not like it's not going to be you send it and tomorrow they're going to see it, but within a couple weeks, you think probably.
Is that too long though? Because I don't know how quick this could all blow up in our face very quickly. Um. I'll send. I'll send it. I'll give a return address of the tavern,
Okay.
and I will just write about the weird shit that we've heard about, and just describe it. And then it's like, I know this concerns your work. You probably already know, but I figured just in case.
Mm-hmm. All right. I will make a note of that, and I will update you.
Thank you. And Fern will ask them to put, to address the return letter simply to Allwood.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good and gamey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, sorry about that.
Asked
Hi,
with
It's all right.
It's all good.
How are you doing,
Glad you're
Mia?
here.
I am a little better. I went outside to breathe.
Yeah,
It's so important to touch grass.
Yeah.
It really is so important to touch grass.
Sometimes breathing air when it's not in a closed space is the best thing for your health.
Yeah. Big yeah. What did I miss?
Oh, you know.
Shenanigans.
Some lore about the goopy monsters, and then we're gonna have to fucking talk to Lady Lacrimosa.
Yes. We made it to the town.
Okay.
Crucially, also, there was a gunshot at your campsite, and nobody knows what it was.
Yeah, we don't know what guns are.
The best we got is somebody did something that resulted in metal shrapnel.
Yeah, and
coming
it was
towards
loud.
us. Nobody recognized the bullet remnants for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because I rolled like shit. I rolled a natural one.
Oh no.
Yeah, none of us did too good.
F in the chat.
You did your best.
We tried. It's okay.
All right. Are you guys going to the Silver Lark?
Yeah.
First of all, we should dress up a little bit. Because there's a dress code, isn't there?
There is a dress code at the Silver Lark, yes.
Where's the Silver Lark?
The Silver Lark is one of 3 places that the party knows Navi to hang out sometimes. And whereas Sweetwater Tavern is sort of the rough and tumble, get fucked up, have a good time place she frequents. And the Mellow U Inn is more of the comfortable, middle of the road, old men playing chess in the corner kind of place. The Silver Lark is a high-end restaurant that has a balcony dining room overlooking the lake in Camlin, which is filled with bioluminescent algae.
Incredible.
Yes. So anyway, there is a dress code.
Oh. I suppose we dress up schmancy then?
Yeah, a little schmancy.
So get a little schmancy. And I assume we bought Adder some fancy clothes too a little bit.
Yeah, you can figure something out for him. You can make him presentable.
Yeah, dress up my boy.
Dress up your boy.
Yeah.
But yeah. You guys can, therefore, head to the Silver Lark.
Yay.
And much like your first visit, you are greeted by a hostess who asks if you have a reservation or not.
No, smile.
We're looking to meet someone who likely has a reservation already.
And what's the name?
It'll be a party of two, Navi and one good lady.
There's the tiniest little quirk of the hostess's eyebrow.
Victor
This
is
is
giving the same, like, I know. Don't
this
say
is the
anything.
same woman who had led you to your table the previous visit. And she had been the utmost picture of professionalism then. This is the first time you've ever seen this woman so much as twitch.
Oh
I love
boy.
her.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Victor is about to give the energy of, I know. I know what we're doing. I also don't want to be doing what we're doing.
But she'll nod. And she will right this way then. And lead you guys out to the balcony. Where indeed you see one woman, gray skin, dark hair, slicked up, a fine silver evening dress, with sort of a rusty red shawl, sort of translucent, draped around her shoulders. Navi cleaned up good, as she tends to be when she's here. And she is staring out away from the restaurant at the lake, also coincidentally away from one green-skinned, dark-haired woman in a lavish, shining purple dress, who is leaning on the railing. And in that way where it's like somebody is being so like stock still straight ahead, not make eye contact, and somebody else is like basically draping themselves in front of them.
Yeah.
That's the picture you're getting. Um and not even in like, a fun, cute, flirty way, more in a like, I know you're bothered by this, and I know you can't do anything about it. But that is the sight that greets you on the balcony. Navi does not turn to look at you, nor does Lacrimosa, but the hostess says, I believe this is the party you were looking for.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let me know if I can help you in any other way. And she walks away.
Well.
Victor is going to lead this again.
Mm-hmm.
Step forward, clear the throat. Good evening, ladies.
Navi turns around. Lacrimosa turns around. Navi looks like she was already tired, and you're not sure if this has improved her mood, but it has changed it. Lacrimosa turns and sees you and says, well, good evening to yourself.
Navi, we need to talk.
I'm sure we do. And Lacrimosa says, oh, sounds like serious business. What about?
I'd rather speak to you separately, Navi. I am not addressing Lady Lacrimosa.
Anybody, if they would like, can make a sense motive check that I'll keep running through this through this
I would
conversation.
love to.
I would love to.
I'll try it. I don't think my sense motive is very
Bruh.
good.
I do, but I suck at sense motive.
I'm
Yeah.
being fucking betrayed by this dice. It was so kind to me in the
Yeah, okay, that's
past,
not bad.
and now it's cruel.
Where's my? There is my Janela dice. Okay.
Nat 18 for me. That's
Spicy.
It's what I rolled on the dice. It's
That-
what I can get.
That's a natural one.
Oh no!
No.
I love her. Here's the thing, Danela. Women.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the fact of the matter, unfortunately.
Sometimes
Um,
women.
That's exactly what I wanted for her too.
Everybody
Not
else
but
can see when Victor does not address Lacrimosa the second time, there's a little bit of anger in her gaze for just a tiny little second.
Hmm.
And Navi says, I would love to, Victor. Is there another time that might work? I was just finishing a conversation here with our dear lady, and I'm sure I shouldn't be so rude as to leave her unattended, since, of course, she needs so much attendance.
Oh my god.
I love Navi.
And before you can respond, Lacrimosa says, Genevieve, I really thought you would have learned better manners by now. All of this time you spent talking to people, and just those craftsfolk have really made such a poor impression on you.
Oh, I think she's quite right.
Oh, she speaks to me now.
Hmm. Well,
Oh,
I
so
only speak
want
to
to say
people who are either interesting enough to talk to or fun enough to talk to. And frankly,
Oh, do be very, very careful what you say next.
Ma'am, with all due respect, this is a personal matter that does not involve you.
I really, I don't think it is, you see.
no, I do think it is, my lady, and pardon my bluntness, I'm not quite sure what you could do to make me care.
I don't think you quite grasp the nature of a favor.
Sorry, what did you say?
I don't think you quite grasp the nature of a favor.
No, I quite do. I'm just not interested in doing any much for you.
Now, let's all just take a moment. Would you like to have a seat? A drink, maybe.
I'm going to look at Navi. What's her... Does she want me out? Does she want me to continue being a bitch?
Her vibe is like she's stressed, but she's amused. But she's stressed. And the offer to sit was a genuine one. But there's something a little bit you haven't really noticed it in her bearing before this encounter. Like, this is not a vibe you've gotten off her before.
I'm going to look at the rest of the party. What do we all think?
Well, that depends if you want all of us here or no.
Oh no, I was just wondering if we wanted to stay, or if we wanted to rather set up a later conversation without her in.
I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I do too.
If you all want to stay, I don't mind.
We may as well order a drink while we're here, right?
Victor will sit.
So we'll call over some more chairs, probably.
Yeah, you guys can sort of arrange yourselves, and Lacrimosa will say, "Oh, Navi, you ought to fetch somebody to get the drink." She says, "Janavian, you ought to fetch someone to get the drinks." And Navi does, she doesn't go fetch someone, but she does sort of, she's been about to sit, and instead she stands until she makes eye contact with someone through the window and does the little wave to get someone over.
Yes.
And you guys can give your drink orders.
So does not like this woman. You don't order people around like that for yourself, bitch.
Get her.
But really though, how was your time in Sonterra?
Wonderful coffee and donut shops, we'll say.
Oh, yes.
Marvelous, I'm sure.
Yes, it was very interesting.
I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, I know Janavian's visit got cut so short. Such a pity.
Yes.
Is she letting on anything of, like, does she know the specifics of what happened to...
It seems like she knows exactly what she's saying.
Sid does not like that. Bitch, a person died. You could have more tact.
And then she does turn to Navi and says, "Oh, you do love it there, don't you? You ought to go back sometime, make a longer trip." And Navi says, "And you ought to make a longer trip back to Atlas. I'm sure his bed is dreadfully cold and lonely without you."
Get her ass.
And that does shut the conversation down for a moment while drinks are being brought.
Sid would have probably got himself... No, he wouldn't have gotten something strong. Never mind. I was gonna say maybe something strong, but not for him.
It's Whisker? Victor's having whiskey.
Yeah.
Whisker.
If they had,
I want
if
the
they had
gayest shit you
cider,
got.
Sid would have gotten some cider. Some decent alcohol.
Yeah. Well, did they have apple juice?
Apple juice.
They do, but they're a little confused when you order it.
That's
That
fine.
is how it tends to work.
I want apple juice.
You get some apple juice.
I want the gayest shit you got.
A little fruity beverage.
A little fruity beverage.
Hell yeah.
By God, you get a fruity little beverage. The drinks are brought, and the server leaves. And there is a tension
between the two ladies at the table. And not even the fun kind.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
My God, Fern wants to start a conversation to like break the tension, but I can't think of anything.
Could talk more about the donuts.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true. It was really quite a lovely visit. I met up with an old friend coincidentally, and I got to hang out with him at this lovely little coffee shop. And had a chocolate croissant. Not something I tend to get very often, but it's nice to treat yourself while you're on travels, right?
Yes, you really ought to treat yourself to little things like that. Chocolate croissant. And Navi's like,
Yes.
is that Cafe Rima?
It is, yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I make good croissants.
My auditory processing. Can you say that again? Sorry.
They make good croissants.
Um, they really do. I only got a chance to try the chocolate one, but I can't wait to go back, and if we go back there, and try a little bit more of what they have to offer.
I do certainly recommend it. Hornbush
Any
was a fun.
any particular thing that they make there that you recommend?
They also make these delightful little mini quiches.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Oh, absolutely. So tell me, what are your plans for staying in town? Are you in town long?
Long as we made.
Yes, we're not quite sure of the time frame. I guess we'll probably know within the next couple of days.
Well, that's good to know.
I'm sure we'll make our rounds, store up again, and head off eventually, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yes, one does. Sad as it may be, there comes a time always when one has to leave Camlin.
It's very
Pointed sip
unfortunate.
of her beverage.
Can everyone just be more friendly?
Is that out loud?
No, I'm saying this out of character.
Yeah, Soot's trying to do his best storyteller
I'd like.
falsehoods.
Can I try and make everyone more friendly? I would love to be a friend to these two.
Yeah, you can make it your friend check.
That's great.
Sexy.
That's 19 on the dice for a 31.
Okay, so who all are you including in this sort of... Who are you directing it towards?
Navi and the lady.
Okay.
Is who else is in the blast radius? Or is
Because
it
you
just
rolled so high, you have a fair bit of direction, I will say.
Okay. I would like that. I would like those two to be more friendly.
Okay.
Um,
I will say, Victor, you are the one who notices this the most. To the rest of everybody, it seems like Fern's being Fern, but in a more natural way. Victor, you notice Fern is being Fern because a sort of tension that had been there a moment ago kind of just melts. And there's not that sort of charged energy between Lady Lacrimosa and Navi the way there had been a second ago. And both of them have their attention directed primarily on Fern at this moment. And Victor, you see that and you're like, I know what that is.
I'm not gonna say she's super a fan of it. However, she is just going to grit her jaw and watch.
Oh, Fern, you had asked me a question the last time we met.
Yes. I'm afraid I don't recall. I apologize.
Oh, well, I have an answer for you. If you would like it.
I would.
Or would you like it now or later?
PK, can you remind me of the question?
You asked both Navi and Lacrimosa about Grace.
I did, didn't I?
You did.
That's what I thought it was.
Mhm.
I would actually.
Right now, or shall we wait?
Probably best to wait, since I'm not entirely sure what the answer will be.
I would recommend waiting, but that's just my opinion.
I think I will take that recommendation.
Ah, so good
You
of
know,
you.
I can always trust a recommendation from a friend.
While Lacrimosa is sort of having this little side chat with Fern, Navi does lean over to Victor and say, "All right, are you staying at the U?"
Depends now.
Oh?
Whether or not I will actually be allowed to have a proper conversation with Navi.
Well, she can't. The good lady can't follow me if I'm going somewhere specific. This is really more for my benefit than hers, being here at the moment. Much as I wish there was an alternate arrangement, it's what it is.
Yes, we are.
All right. I could come in the morning.
That's fine.
Agreeable.
Yes, that's fine.
Do you, sate my curiosity, did you figure it out? What happened?
How am I going to answer this question?
That's a good question, Parker.
I think what is going to happen is she is going to say, yes, we did.
All right. Okay, that's good. It's very good.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, I'm very glad to hear that. I'm excited to hear more.
I'm sure you are.
What's the vibe Victor is trying to give at the moment?
I'm not fucking telling you shit.
Okay. I will say she does not seem happy about this.
You must
But-
understand, Lacrimose, Miss my good Lacrimosa.
This is Navi.
Oh, Navi. Oh, I thought Lacrimosa was talking to me. I thought Lacrimosa was talking to me.
No.
That's why I was being a shit. Oh.
Okay. I was a little confused. I should have clarified a little bit. No, Lacrimose is talking to Fern at the moment.
Okay. In which case, the answer is to an extent, yes. That is why I need a proper conversation with you as soon as possible.
Right.
Very, very lowly.
Well, I can come by in the morning. Say again?
So just that would probably be best.
All right. That's good. It's very good. To get things sorted, figured out. I appreciate all the traveling you've done.
Lacrimosa seems entirely into the other conversation, yeah?
Yeah, for the moment. You probably don't have very long, but for the moment, yes.
I'm trying to think about how Victor would phrase this.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been easier had it not had to be so dang fast.
I don't know if I follow.
Let's glance to make sure she is, Lacrimosa is busy. Just. Yet may be a life on the line now. We'll talk tomorrow.
I'll be by first thing.
I am loading it so hard and like eye contact.
She is sensing the vibe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hold on, just one.
Mm-hmm.
Look in general at Edie's.
Yes, I saw the baby.
Oh my gosh.
They are talking.
Literally just yapping.
Little beans.
Oh my god.
So sorry, I just got a call from the SCC directors being like, "Hey, girl, your music," and I was like, "Yep, I'm getting it in. I will send it in. I have till
Fuck.
11:59. I'm gonna send it in."
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
have to.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. If I've asked you for things and it's fine. I don't really need a ton. I can edit what I have and be fine. It was just, whatever. But we're good. We're gaming.
I
Thea was just like,
like
hey, and I was like, Thea, I know. I'm aware. I have over an hour. I'm fine.
I can record you just that line
It doesn't.
if that's okay.
I'm not fussed about that one terribly for tonight. I think I'm okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
I meant to do it right after work, and then I laid down and passed out.
You're so valid. Bitches gotta be sleepy. You guys are good. I appreciate you agreeing to help at all. I am just vibing. Okay. Where were we? I'm so sorry. But when my phone rings, I get so alarmed by it because my phone never rings.
Basically, Victor was like, basically informing Navi a life might be on the line with the implication of bit.
Yeah. And she got the vibe TM. And just first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
What floor is your room on? Just for reference.
I will tell her.
All right.
I love her so much.
Good to know. Don't be alarmed if I take an alternate entrance.
There have been a lot of alternate entrances into places recently.
Oh, that sounds exciting. At this point, Lacrimosa does turn away from Fern and says, "Oh, what sounds exciting?"
Daniela jumping out a window.
She chokes on her drink a little bit.
Oh.
Just as I choked on my sweet tart a little bit.
Is Victor
Wow,
throwing you
that
under the
sounds
bus a little bit? Is Victor throwing you under the bus a little bit? Yeah.
She was just vibing.
Just vibing, looking at women, drinking her bevy.
Her gay little fruity drink.
Her gay little fruity drink, and then Victor's like, "You jumped out a window, explain yourself."
That I did. Well.
How high of a window?
Oh, I think it was just the second story.
Oh, just the second story.
Nothing too ridiculous. I popped in right as everyone was leaving and had to make an exit.
Well, that sounds like a fascinating story.
It's really not. I mostly just landed in some bushes.
So that happened to you frequently?
I mean, I've climbed out my fair share of windows, yes. I wouldn't say I make it a habit.
I was asking more about the bushes.
Well, one does tend to often land in bushes when they climb out of windows, yes.
Interesting. Well, it sounds like you had a very fun time in Sonterra. And with the assistance of Fern's little help, the rest of the sort of short-ish conversation can proceed in relative peace. At some point, the hostess does come over to speak to Navi, and Navi says, "Oh, well, I hate to interrupt our chat, but I do have somebody else I need to speak to, very briefly. Lacrimosa, would you like to stay here with our guests, or come with me?" And there's a little bit of an undertone in her voice that's like she's not even sure which one she would prefer, because she doesn't really want to leave her alone with you guys, but she also doesn't want her to follow her. But Lacrimosa says, "Oh, I ought to join you, I think. Don't you think, Janadian?"
And Navi says, well, if that is what would make your ladyship so very happy, then absolutely. / derogatory.
Kill.
And so, Navi and Lacrimosa do say, not to worry about the drinks, but they do need to go have a conversation inside with somebody else.
Right, well, that may be, perhaps we should get out of your hair for that then. I think we mostly came here to chat for a little while since we were in town. He looks at the others for confirmation of we should probably leave then, huh?
Yeah.
And if that is the consensus, it's 10:45. A bitch has a migraine. A bitch has to edit a bitch's music, and it's not even music; it's words. And this is a good spot, and we can start off next week with a Navi conversation part 2. This time, Lacrimosa isn't here. Yes.
Without Lacrimosa,
Yeah.
thank God.